Hey guys, Brady here, and I just saw the movie Obsession. And no, not the 1976 movie directed by Brian De Palma or another one from 1948. Not that movie. The movie that just came out, well, today. So the movie doesn't really have a big cast. There's pretty much just four people the movie focuses on. I mean, there's more characters, but like it's pretty much these four people. Um, one, the main character is this or not kid, this guy named Baron or Bear, and him and his friends like to go to what's it called, like trivia nights and whatnot, and karaoke at like bars, and yeah, and have fun, and him and his friend Ian take these two girls, Nikki and Sarah, out, and Baron, main character, has a crush on Nikki that he's had a crush on her for like since like middle school and whatnot. They're 20, 30 something years old now, and he's just too scared to tell her his true feelings about her because he's afraid of what she'll say. And so one night, taking Nikki home, he stops at the store to, or before he takes Nikki home, he stops at this like shop or whatever to get her a gift, and he winds up walking out with this thing called a one wish willow, and yeah, he wishes that Nikki would love him more than anyone else, and yeah, and things go the way you expect in a movie like this. Things just don't go well for Baron, and Nikki goes apeshit and has separation anxiety and doesn't want Baron to leave her side, even if he wants to go to the bathroom or go to his buddy's house for a party. She has to join him and whatnot, and yeah, this is a very uncomfortable movie to sit through. The girl that played Nikki, Indy Veretti, or I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She did a really good job in this movie. She did a really good job at being the most uncomfortable person ever. Like, she's like the kind of girlfriend you do not want at all. Very like clingy to like the max. Like, there's being clingy, and then there's her character in this movie. And yeah, it's just very unnerving. And props to her. She's a very pretty girl. Props to her for doing like very unglamorous things in this movie. I like someone like that I like a girl like that who's very who doesn't take themselves seriously at all and is willing to do stuff like what she does in this movie. And yeah, she's creepy in this movie, like really creepy. She likes to watch Baron sleep and just kind of waits at the door, smiling for him to come home. And like hours later, he comes home. She's standing in the same fucking spot. Yeah, that's the kind of character she is in this movie. Apparently, she was in that Superman show that came out a couple years ago, Superman and Lois and Superman, or Superman and Lois, or something like that. And people say she was great in the show, and she's good. She was really good in this movie. I really enjoyed her character in this. Well, not enjoy. I really like what she did with the character in this movie. What was I gonna say? I saw Hokum the other day. I didn't review it. Hokum, I think, is a much better horror film than this movie. Hokum unnerved me more with this, especially with some of the imagery in that movie. Really scared the shit out of me. But Obsession is a pretty good. Would you categorize this as a horror film? I guess. I don't know. To me, a horror film is like Obsession or not Obsession is not Obsession. To me, a horror film is like Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Conjuring, Insidious, Poltergeist. stuff like that. This is, I guess this could fall under the subgenre psychological horror. That's what this is. Um, I guess you could also categorize this as a possession movie. She is kind of possessed to be in love with Baron, and Baron isn't all that great of a person too. There's a scene uh, later on in the movie that I don't want to spoil that kind of opens your eyes up about the kind of character Baron is, the kind of man Baron is in this movie, and I, I, I mean I know what scene they're talking about when, but someone brought up in like some comic site, I think it was like Jeremy Johns' video or Tyrone Magus' video. They brought up a point about what like this one scene involving Baron and Nikki's character, and I was like, yeah, that's wow. Baron is a piece of shit, I guess. So yeah, uh, he's not what he should be. Um, and so yeah, I like this movie a lot. There, I think horror movies this year have been really good, especially not just this year, but the 2020s has given us some pretty good horror movies. Um, there were some hiccups, like the third Conjuring movie was or um, what's it called? The new Mummy was okay. We've had a lot of good horror movies. We had Hokum. We have Obsession. Um, people want to say Weapons is horror. I don't really categorize Weapons as horror. I guess Sinners could count as horror. Um, what else? I thought the new Final Destination was pretty good. Um, I don't know. Can't really think of anything else right now at the top of my head. I just feel like this decade so far has been pretty good with horror, especially since the last decade. We got a lot of shitty horror movies like The Devil's Due and um um I don't know. The 2010s had a lot of very bad horror movies. I didn't see all of them, but I just heard they were terrible. They just looked terrible. Uh, 2010s was like the early 2010s, at least from like 2010 to like 2014 was like the rise of like found footage movies. So we just got a bunch of those, and some were good, and then others weren't. Um, but the 2020s have given us some pretty powerful horror movies, some really good horror movies. Um, and this is one of them. Uh, Hokum, I'd probably give 4 stars out of 5. I'd probably give this a 3.5 out of 5. There was some stuff that happens in this movie that I didn't like, uh, but other than that, some personal things. Other than that, pretty good horror movie. I'd buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray. Um, yeah. Um, trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing. Um, hmm. Yeah, I would just leave it at 3.5 out of 4 stars, or 3.5 out of 5 stars. Definitely recommend. I can't wait for next week when Passenger comes out. I'll see that, and then a week after next week is Backrooms, which my friend is excited for, and I'll probably go along with him to go see it after one of the days I work next week. So yeah, but it's looking like this year is a pretty good year for horror film. Last year was a pretty good year for horror film. Um, I wish I still haven't seen Late Night at the Devil. I heard that's like one of the greatest movies that came out the year. I think it was like 22 or 23. One of the two. I want to see that movie. I will see that movie eventually, but um, yeah. Oh, now I know what I was gonna say. Um, this movie This movie's transition from horror to comedy back to horror is great. Well, there's one scene at least. There's a scene towards the end where it's like this is pretty creepy. Then like something funny happens, and then it goes back to being creepy. Like it just like that. The what's it called? Um, the transition from comedy to horror in that scene was perfect. It was really good. Um, if you know what scene, if you've seen the movie, you probably know what scene I'm talking about. It's literally like within like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Um, yeah.